A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant development, the Royal College of Nursing, RCN, has issued a warning to its members about the possibility of being balloted on industrial action if the government does not reach a satisfactory agreement regarding investment in the nursing profession over the summer months. This announcement follows the rejection of a proposed 3.6% pay increase for the fiscal year 2025/26 by RCN members in England. The sentiment among nurses is clear, as expressed by Professor Nicola Ranger, the General Secretary and Chief Executive of the RCN, who stated that nurses feel deeply undervalued. The Department of Health and Social Care, DHSC, has responded by emphasizing that the government hugely values the work of nurses, but has also highlighted that the profession has already received 2 above-inflation pay rises in recent years. Representing hundreds of thousands of nurses across the NHS in England, the RCN reported that a staggering 91% of its members voted against the pay award, with a turnout of 56%, involving over 170,000 staff members. The union has raised alarms about the nursing profession facing widespread vacancies, limited career progression, and years of pay erosion. It has urged government ministers to utilize the summer to negotiate an investment plan, warning that failure to do so may lead to a formal escalation of the dispute and a ballot for industrial action. Professor Ranger emphasized the urgency of the situation, stating, "My profession feels deeply undervalued, and that is why record numbers are telling the government to wake up, sense the urgency here, and do what's right by them and by patients." She further elaborated that the current system is broken and is detrimental to nursing pay and career growth, ultimately impacting the overall effectiveness of the NHS. The call for long overdue reforms in nursing career progression and NHS pay structure has been described as essential not just for fairness and equity, but also for ensuring patient safety. The RCN has also indicated that nurses in Wales and Northern Ireland were consulted regarding the same pay award and similarly voted to reject it. Professor Ranger added, "We deliver the vast majority of care in every service and deserve to be valued for all our skill, knowledge, and experience." To prevent formal escalation, she urged the government to honor its commitments and engage in negotiations to reform the outdated pay structure that restricts nursing staff to the same pay band throughout their careers. In response, a spokesperson from the DHSC stated, "After receiving 2 above-inflation pay rises from this government, new full-time nurses will earn £30,000 in basic pay for the first time this year. So it's disappointing that RCN members are dissatisfied with this year's pay rise." The spokesperson reiterated the government's commitment to working with the RCN to address major concerns such as pay structure reform, career progression, and overall working conditions. The backdrop to these discussions includes unprecedented industrial action taken by nurses in 2022 and 2023, with the threat of further strikes dissipating in June 2023 when a ballot for additional walkouts failed to meet the legal threshold of 50%. The Shadow Health Secretary has criticized the government's approach, stating that short-sighted decisions have lasting consequences. Stuart Andrew, a member of the Tory party, warned that providing substantial pay increases to junior doctors could lead to discontent among other NHS staff, including nurses, regarding their perceived value to the government. An executive director from the RCN has stressed the need for nursing salaries to be elevated, particularly at the entry level, alongside clearer career progression pathways to avert a looming crisis within the profession. Patricia Marquis, speaking on BBC Radio 4's World at One program, stated, "Nursing pay has fallen further and further behind after years and years of below-inflation pay rises." She pointed out that while discussions could be had about inflation levels over the years, the reality is that nursing salaries have diminished in value. Marquis underscored that the issue extends beyond mere percentage pay rises, calling for comprehensive solutions to the crisis in nursing that the government must engage with to ensure that nursing remains an attractive profession and that there are enough nurses available to provide essential care to patients and the public. When asked about the potential for industrial action, Ms. Marquis reaffirmed that if we have to go there, we will have to go there. A recent poll conducted by YouGov revealed a divided public opinion on the prospect of nurses striking over pay, with 19% of 4,300 British adults expressing strong support for strike action, while 28% somewhat supported it. Conversely, 23% strongly opposed the strikes, and 20% somewhat opposed them. The RCN's warning regarding a potential ballot for industrial action comes on the heels of a 5-day walkout by resident doctors in England, who returned to work at 7 a.m. on Wednesday. Health Secretary Wes Streeting has since reached out to the British Medical Association, expressing willingness to meet with the union's Resident Doctors Committee to resume negotiations. However, he cautioned that resident doctors have jeopardized the considerable goodwill they had with the government following their recent strike. In a related statement, Business Secretary Jonathan Reynolds urged health staff to collaborate with the government in delivering the NHS they want to see and we want to see. Speaking to reporters in Swindon, he acknowledged the challenges faced by the NHS workforce over the past decade and a half, but emphasized the need for partnership to achieve shared goals for the healthcare system. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.